Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're talking about Whatnot again. No, you're scratching your head. You can't be talking about it again. Well, new things keep coming to light. I got an email from Whatnot and Nerdy Girl Comics revealed all and came and answered questions on Keeping It Thoro Comics on his YouTube channel. So right off the bat, let's talk about this email. So just recently, I think it was literally yesterday, got the email that I had been chosen to be a Whatnot partner. Now, let's take a look at this email and see what exactly was said. Hey there, my name is Alicia and I'm the lead partner program at Whatnot, the go-to live shopping platform in the US. Think QVC from your phone. I came across your content on YouTube. I'm a bit of a comics collector myself, so I love what you're doing. I'd like to invite you to join Whatnot's partner program, or as we call it, the Whatnot Stream Team. As a member of the Stream Team, you'll receive $25 cash payout for every new buyer that uses your personalized link in the Create account. Creators with audiences of similar sizes to yours are making anywhere from $200 to $2,000 cash a month by sharing their link. If you're interested, use this link. So when I first saw the email, I was like, oh my gosh, Whatnot's responding to me. I was like, they saw like all my trash talk. They saw my videos. No. They didn't even watch my videos. They literally saw, hey, this guy's monetized, this guy's got a few subscribers, and let's see if we can't get him on that Whatnot team. Little do they know that your boy is not a sellout, and I am here for the Sticky Goose community. We got to stay strong, and we're fighting against Whatnot. All that out of the way, let's talk about the main topic today of what we wanted to discuss, and that was Keeping It Thoro Comics, man. This dude, if you guys haven't checked him out and subscribed to him, he is kind of like a must-watch guy in the comic book community on YouTube. I saw this come up on like a YouTube live option last night, and I saw like 350 some people were watching this. So I was like, part of me was like, are we tired of talking about this? And as I was like going to make this video, I was like, man, are people tired of this? No, I don't think they are. Now, you can have, if you know who Keeping It Thoro is, and you can have your opinions about him, he's kind of like a polarizing figure in the comic book community. He does a lot of drama type stuff, which I find interesting, obviously, because seemingly I make a lot of drama stuff now on my channel. But he brings up very important things in the comic book community, love him or hate him. Also, he's extremely articulate and well-spoken of how he conveys these things. He's a master at like just talking. Sometimes he kind of rambles for too long, but anyway, that's beside the point. I'm rambling. That's like the pot calling the kettle black. So right off the bat, he asks her straight up, how many copies of that book did you buy? And she admits she bought 75 copies of that Ultimate Fallout 4 acetate cover, Clayton Crane exclusive. So what was she doing with all those? Obviously, she was going to flip some of them. She claims that she was keeping a significant portion of them because she is in fact a collector. So right off the bat, when you see her, she's got Detective Comics 27, First Batman, Action Comics 1 I think was back there, ASM 1 was back there. I mean, like, she's got like the books of all books. And apparently, I didn't know this, she's been in the game for like 20 some years. And she kind of sees herself, she keeps calling herself a retailer. She really did not like the word influencer. So we'll get back to that later. But that was kind of like something that she did not want to brand herself. She saw herself as a high-end retailer. Now, she loves Whatnot. She is like the poster girl for Whatnot. And I think Whatnot loves her too because she's making them that money. So how Keep It Thoro kind of kept it thorough and he started asking her questions. And he was taking questions that he had prepared from Instagram, and then there was a live chat, obviously, and the live chat was going crazy. I had to just like click off of that because it was kind of distracting away from the actual video. And I mean, people were straight ripping her, talking trash. The questions that were asked, I mean, it was, I really have a lot of respect for him because he kept it. Now he's not throwing softball pitches, man. And he mentioned it. He He said he was concerned that people would say that he's throwing her easy questions. No, he was asking her the right questions. And one of the biggest topics that came up, and this is something, he articulated this so well, and this is something that I really wanted to talk about, was as far as being a new seller on Whatnot compared to her. So Whatnot makes it seem like anybody can have success, anybody can be like these big sellers like her on Whatnot. And from my personal experience, and I'm just going to tell you guys a little anecdote here, my first live stream, I did 2 Whatnot sales. One sale, I titled it like, this is my first Whatnot sale, and then I think I said dollar starts or something. So whether she says she's an influencer or not, she influenced me, and others influenced me to, hey, they're dollar starts. You're gonna get a lot of people in there. The auctions are gonna go high. You're gonna sell books for a lot of money, man. It's gonna be awesome. Well, that's not what happened. Spoiler alert. In that first sale, I had like 20, 25 people in that chat. I couldn't believe it. And I think I was doing it like, I was like on a Tuesday at like 2 p.m. or something Eastern. And I was like, there's this many people in here at this time? Well, what happened was things sold on my Whatnot page, or on my Whatnot sale, for significantly lower than what I was expecting, to the point where it was a significant loss. Specifically, one of the books, I had multiple copies of ASM 316. I was wanting around $100 for that minimum. It sold for $48 in a near mint minus type copy. I was heartbroken. This idea that this Whatnot space is going to be that's the beautiful land of opportunity. Well, Thoro explained it extremely well, and he asked her this question. Us little sellers, us little guys, these guys that don't have the following you have, where the books are going for crazy money, and you're making your whole living on selling on Whatnot. Us little guys are the sacrificial lambs. And what he means by that is we are the guys that are giving the deals to these new buyers on Whatnot. That's how Whatnot is being marketed. It is marketed so that people coming in, new buyers coming in, are so excited because it's like, oh my God, I'm about to get a deal. He said, you're not getting deals, you're getting steals. And by stealing, that is an exact example of what I'm talking about with this ASM 316. That is stealing. That book was at the time was worth more than $48. And guess who had to pay the piper? Guess who had to take the hit? Me. If that same book had been on Nerdy Girl's site, or on Nerdy Girl's live sale, would it have sold for $48? I highly doubt it. It leads new sellers down the expectation that they can be as big as her or other sellers, and that just never happens. And they keep selling things, and they keep taking losses and losses in the hopes that they're going to build this community, when in reality, it's just a bunch of people trying to steal instead of getting deals. This has happened to me on my live sales on my YouTube. So one of the things she talked about was she likes the social aspect of Whatnot. She likes the idea of having a community. Well, that's why I like my YouTube live sales, is because I know the people in there. I know there's familiar faces. People that actually watch my videos and appreciate them come to the live sales a lot of times, to hang out and maybe buy some books. Well, I mean, I've had people straight take advantage of me on those live sales. I've sold slabs for a third of what I was expecting. I have people coming in there just to buy dollar books, to resell them and flip them on their own Whatnot live streams and their own live sales, to sell them at triple and quadruple the price. I've kind of kept my mouth silent on that whole thing, and I realize that that's part of the game. But this is that reseller lifestyle, that reseller mentality that I'm fighting against now, because of how screwed up it is and how bad it's hurting the comic book community. So Thoro asked a question, and this was a very interesting question. He said, do big sellers like yourself have protection, as opposed to the little guys that have no protection? She claimed that there was no protection for sales, and she kind of kept playing it off as in that she's taken hits too, and she hasn't made the big bucks, and early on in her selling career, she only had like 20 some people. I'm like, 20 some people in a live sale is pretty significant. She kind of came off as knew what the accusations were against her. She knew why people were mad, and I think she even apologized at one point. He kind of called her out, saying, "If you're apologizing, pulled away and not exactly fessed up to some of the things that people are accusing you of, how can you actually be sorry?" And I thought that was a very interesting point. And he kept asking her, what have you learned from this? What have you taken from this? How are you going to be better? How are you going to change? And, it's funny because it's like she's still going to sell on Whatnot. She's still going to sell fresh ink variants. She's still going to sell exclusives. She's probably not going to be trying to get to the front of the line at your next Comic-Con and try to get 75 exclusive books, because that's kind of a bad look. But it was like she's still going to be pushing garbage, and that's like one of the biggest issues with the whole thing is they are just pushing garbage. These books that they're trying to sell are going to end up in dollar bins, and people are paying ridiculous amounts of money for this, in the expectation that this is like a major book. This is a major key. Oh, I love the cover. It's fresh ink. It's whatever. It's like bullshit. These books are going to be dollar bin books, and she's pushing them and trying to get as much money out of it as possible. So again, let's get back to her idea that she's not an influencer. She kept deflecting this, saying that she was not an influencer. Well, whether you like it or not, she's on a social platform, a social selling platform. I think that's how she described it, something similar to that. You are an influencer. You have such a big part of this community. Everybody knew what you did wrong. Everybody knows who you are. Well, for the most part, everybody knows who you are in the selling game. I mean, it's like, of course you're an influencer. Of course you have influence over the community. Look what happened. Look at the ramifications that have happened because of your actions and what you continue to do. She also kept deflecting any questions related to her being a Whatnot employee or Whatnot specific internal questions. Now, I don't know if she knows, the internal workings and the business models and plans as far as the internal Whatnot team has. I don't know if she's privy to those things, but she's pretty buddy and pretty close knit. I have a pretty good expectation that she kind of knows what the hell's going on over there. She also would not really answer questions about the big elephant in the room, the Comic Toms, the Jim Mints. What about her relationship with them? What about this Whatnot seller community that's happening? The evil cabal that's underneath all of it. She kept deflecting that, and I can understand why she didn't want to speak about other people. She doesn't control other people. Those other people, they make their own decisions. I kind of get why she stayed away from that. Her tone and how she comes off is, I think, a lot of the reason why people are put off by her, because she's kind of a northerner. She's kind of fast talking, abrasive. When questions would be answered, she would cut Thoro off before giving him an opportunity to even finish his statement. She communicates in such a way that she says something and then she says right at the end of it. So she'll say, like, Whatnot is one of the biggest selling platforms, right? I hate when people talk like that, because it's like a leading statement. It's like a little turn of phrase that people use to basically get somebody, that whoever is listening, to agree with them or assume that what they're saying is right. I hate that. It's a tactic. I hear it a lot on like podcasts, and people that really are opinionated or think they're in the right, people use that. So overall, from the live stream and the Q&A, I have a lot of respect for her for coming out and saying, you know, and answering questions and being in front of the camera, having questions asked to her, and kind of taking it. That takes a lot of guts, but if she's going to keep continuing on what she's doing and making money in the way she is, she had to you know, face the facts. She had to face the criticism, because you just can't hide. And one of the big things that he kind of said was, people are getting blocked in her chat. People are getting blocked in her feeds by these moderators. She claims to not be the one blocking these. It's like, you've got to answer these questions. You've got to stand up to the criticism. You have to be held accountable for what you've done. And I think she did that in some regards. You could just kind of tell she's not truly sorry. She's unapologetically a flipper. She's unapologetically a reseller, a retailer, a dealer, and that is what she is. It's a very interesting dynamic. We're in a very weird place where Whatnot is the big bully on the block right now. When eBay gets into it, what's going to happen? What's going to happen 2 years, 3 years, 5 years down the road? I don't know. I don't know what this landscape becomes, but I'm definitely going to stay tuned in and keep watching, because this keeps getting more and more interesting. Guys, what do you think about Whatnot? What do you think about Nerdy Girl Comics? Let me know. If at any point in time you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like this video, subscribe for more. Take care.